Hello everyone, it's Charlton. I want to be as brief as possible and talk about the doors on room 135, review quickly, and 134, and discuss the motive. I want to be as brief as possible because I now finally agree with people that gambling was not the motive, and I don't know what the motive was actually. I don't think it's terrorism. I think it's something different. I don't know why he did this. I don't know why he turned on, I think, an organization that he was a part of. I just don't know. But I know the doors, and I've already explained how 135 was cut open, and I don't know if that was actually cut open while he was firing or after he was firing. It could have been both. He could have maybe been shot from the sky by a helicopter possibly and just blown away that way. That threw him halfway, across the room. That's possible too. We'll never know because his body's been what do you call it when it's been burned? But it's possible that the person who cut open the door of 135 exactly the way I said, above the latch, above the deadbolt, and followed the box and up and over, and he did it both ways, up and down quickly, so that when it was breached, the fake breach, it would look like the door blew into pieces when it had already been cut. But he didn't come out that way. Because by the time whoever went in there came out, there was people, there was cops everywhere in the hallway evacuating people, and he probably was communicating with some people on the outside, helping make noise when he needed noise made to get out of there, and he got out of there by 134, and he did something similar to 134 where he cut around the lock so it wouldn't show up on the lock report, and he could just sort of hide in that cubby until it was cool to come out and just go back into the stairwell or whatever, And obviously this is all before the breach was basically kind of fake, an hour later. I don't have it all perfectly worked out, but I'm telling you, it just is what it is, and I've already explained how the door was cut on 135, and you can see from the pictures, I think it's the preliminary report of the door laying on the ground from 135, and it's still in one piece. It's not even, because they put it together, for the picture, it's not even blown into two pieces, where it's laying next to the other of the two double doors. So, But what he did was, after cutting that open so that he could get in there, whether he's the one who killed Paddock or not, I don't know, but he put that door back. It was hanging by the metal portion at the top, that spring-loaded thing that, makes it a self-closing door kind of thing. That was still intact, and it's still hanging to that. So you could push it open, go in, and then from the other side, push it back into the place. And for somebody looking down the hallway, it would look like the doors were still completely intact. While he was in there for whatever, a half hour or more, taking care of whatever he had to take care of. He may have killed Paddock and then taken care of everything, or somebody killed Paddock from the sky. And he took care of anything, but he couldn't come out those doors because of all the people. He had to come out the 134. And if you look at, they did these things in stages for a reason. It's like a magic act, It's like Vegas, like a magic act, totally, including the leaked photos. I'm at 4 minutes. I want to make this quicker. You had the leaked photos, the preliminary report, and the final report. The leaked photos. There's the leaked photos where there's a video where somebody's standing from the doorway of the stairwell, and you see the double doors with all the crime tape over it and the gun over there, and then he kind of circles and he goes down a little bit and then comes back up and shows the cart and shows 134 door. But you can watch that video and you don't see it, you don't notice it until you know these things, until you figured it out. Then you see the video glitch because it's doctored, okay? Because somebody doctored it so that you can't see the crack. It's not a crack, it's a cut mark in the door in 134 where it's cut around the door handle and lock system so that you could push that door open without it being detected on the lock report when eventually the lock report would come out. But in the preliminary report, just for one photo, and it's just where they're photoing the 135 doors, you know, from a distance, 134 is on the right beyond the cart, you can see a little, it's not a crack, it's a cut mark in the 134 door. And and it's there, you know, and you don't know for sure if it's a cut or not because it's just one picture, but it is. And but in other pictures in the final report, because they changed the door, you know, you can't see a cut mark anymore because they changed the door, you know, which means, you know, there's a lot going on here. And you know, and that's what happened with the doors. You know, why did Paddock do this? I agree he wasn't because of gambling. I agree with that. And I think it's because he was. I think it was because he was an accountant to a major drug running, you know, organization. And I think that probably involved the Saudis and flying in drugs from Saudi Arabia to the floors above them. And normally what they would do is he would come in with a ton of bags, you know, and somebody would have flown in drugs, you know, probably heroin from you know, grown somewhere in the Middle East from Saudi, you know, and then he would fill up those bags with the drugs, and then you know, they would distribute it from there. Take the drugs back out of the hotel, and then they would go to various parts of the country, flown probably, you know, definitely, or much cases, well, some, I don't know. And I think he was an accountant for that, and that's what I think now. So that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Give me a like down below. And I will see you in the next video. Later, man.